Hi, Edward Plant here from the Business League, and I'm here with Jason Spaull, who's taken time out of his busy schedule to chat to us. Thanks, Jason. Do you just want to introduce yourself and tell us where you're from, what you do?
Jason Spaull, we're from Coastal Asbestos Removal. We have a Gold Coast-based asbestos removal and management company.
Fantastic. And so, Jason, we're going to have a chat to you about the Business League. And if I can take you back to your first meeting that you came to when you decided to join, what did you want to achieve from the Business League, and what challenges were you facing in your business that you thought the Business League could help you overcome?
I just, being like having a trades background, this kind of networking sort of thing was all new to me. So probably about 12 months ago, I started going to networking events and of all shapes and sizes. And I really didn't know what I was looking for, but I knew it was I had to do it as part of, to grow the business and to grow myself. And then I think the business league that I went to had, I think it was a guy from the soccer. I can't remember his name, but I remember,
Dave.
sorry?
Dave.
Yeah, Dave. And I remember sitting in the room, and as the day sort of went on, or as the morning went on, I thought, this is what I've been looking for.
Yeah.
Somewhere I can be around what I thought. I thought that the business people, owners in that room were of a higher caliber than the other rooms I'd been into. They seemed a lot more, I think, more confident and assured of themselves. The other rooms, everyone seemed a bit desperate. And just the added value of a great speaker that has so much more business experience than myself that I could just sit there and listen to was a great combination for me.
Yeah, fantastic. And so you've just said one thing that I thought was really interesting. I'd love you to explore a bit more. Is you said you knew that you needed to do networking to grow your business. Why was that? Why was network so critical?
I just think I just sort of come to the realization that that marketing myself and the business is more of a spider web than just one separate thing. So we engaged a whole lot of different strategies to build the business, and one of the ones that I thought was probably going to be the most beneficial would be the networking, because previously in our roofing business, all of our work had come from referrals, and our biggest customers had come through those referrals. So I wanted to replicate that. And I just, I realized that I have to get involved in the Gold Coast business community.
Yeah, fantastic. Now, can I just get you to bring your camera down a little bit? It's sort of cutting you off each magic.
Okay.
So back when you joined, what were the sort of things you wanted to achieve, or the impact you wanted from the Business League?
I just wanted to be in a room that I could grow with. I could learn from different people about different types of business. I don't think you can't actually grow if you don't see things from different sides and different angles. And Dave spoke about soccer, and I don't know anything about soccer, but I learned some basic principle stuff, business stuff, from listening to Dave, and that's really valuable to me, because you only sort of know what you know, and you don't know what you don't know. And being exposed to that environment is some form of acceleration, I think.
Yeah, totally. Love that. So in all the things we do with the Business League, what are the things that are most valuable for you?
I think, one of the things that I've come to learn more about myself and my business is I pretty much pitch every day. I pretty much pitch for a living. So being able to have that table talk, and we had one day where we did a lot of feedback on each other's pitch, is important for me, because the best pitches I've ever done is when I've been able to research the person who I'm pitching to, and that came through with the Andrew Bell pitch that was just came out of the speech he did at breakfast. But pitching to people going in cold, I guess, it's an important part of pitching, and being able to practice that at the Business League and get feedback, like real feedback, is valuable.
Yeah, awesome. So the valuable pieces have been the breakfasts, the community and the speakers.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Anything else?
Oh, it's probably a bit social too, and I like that. Like in business, if you're in a small business, you're on your own, really. You sort of. I spend most of my day by myself or with my customers. I have a little bit of contact with our team through the day, but most of the day I'm by myself. So it's nice to sit in a room of people and start the day off with a great breakfast and walk out of there ready for the day. Just
Yeah.
another part of the business.
Awesome. And so, what have you, if you look back on your time with the business league, what do you think you've done really well?
I'll probably listen. I'm a big talker, and it's hard for me to stop talking sometimes. But I've really, really tried to work on my listening skills, and that's really helped me a lot. It's a real discipline for me to sit patiently and listen and take things in. So,
And so what's been the benefit of doing that for you?
being able to pitch better,
Yeah.
being able to find out what my customers really want, not what I think that they want.
Yeah. Big difference.
Massive difference.
And I think some of the other things you've done really well is you've been really engaged with the community.
Yeah, as much as I can.
Yeah. And you've built some really good relationships there.
Absolutely.
And I think you've benefited from the speakers really well.
Oh, mate, I think it's part of the winning formula of the business league. Good quality speakers. Like, it's pretty incredible the lineup that you've got. It's like I was thinking about it last night. It's one of those things that reinforces that to be successful in the business, there's passion in your own personality. Like, you couldn't get two guys further apart than Dwayne Martins and Andrew Bell. You just couldn't.
Yeah.
But both incredibly successful, incredibly passionate about, and their products couldn't be further apart. But two guys who just really represent their brand, and it's a full sort of, it's almost like a lifestyle for them, their business. You can see, like, I follow Dwayne on Facebook, and he's still the same. Nothing's changed. So
I saw him with his shirt off in Switzerland yesterday or something like that.
Mate, he's driving a motor van across somewhere cooking curry. Organic curry, obviously.
Yeah, but such a good insight in that it doesn't matter how you do business. If you're just passionate and excel and drive, you can really...
Absolutely. You can get really insular. Like, I think I'm probably one of those guys that probably lives in his own bubble. I have my ways that I do things. I approach things the same way, but it's great to have a look at other people's bubbles, I guess, and see what works for them. And even with Mark Salisbury, when he was talking about stuff as the chief entrepreneur, like some of the things that the ideas and strategies that he talked about, I'd been thinking about putting into our business. And it just reinforced it. And, that's really good to have that reinforcement of what you think is a great idea.
If you can learn from someone else's mistakes, it saves you a lot of time and money.
Absolutely.
And so from your time in the business league, what are some of the results that you've achieved?
Well, we got a really good referral from one of the members, and it turned into like 20 grand plus worth of work. Yeah. So I don't know that you could expect that. I didn't expect that.
Yeah.
And I don't know that you could expect more than that. So, but I think, I've been able to work with some of the members and been able to get some really good service and input and advice from them. And because, I guess the power of networking for someone like me is I don't know a good accountant that I can trust. I don't know a good business coach that, that we can work with. And I don't know financial guys. To me, they're pretty much generic until you get to meet them and know them. And then I really like dealing with people I like. Like, I've always hired based on personality. Skills always important, but I really would, if someone was the best and I couldn't work with him, I just wouldn't do it. So I'm sort of personality driven, I guess, that way. So
life's too short to work with crappy people. that you don't get.
Yeah, it's too hard. Too hard.
And so return on investment from a money is fantastic.
Incredible.
Connections with some great um, services for yourself is good. And then I know you've had a big win recently with one of the speakers. Can you talk to us about that?
Yeah, I guess we've all got our list of like great clients or people that we'd like to talk to, and I guess I've put some of them on a pedestal. So I've sort of made it a mission of mine to research and probably stalk those people and find out as much as I can about them before I approach them to pitch, because I think you only get one shot at this. So you get that one shot. And we had Andrew Bell, who was obviously...
Drop your camera down a bit again.
We had Andrew Bell from Ray White Group, who was number one on our list, to be honest. And we have done work for Ray White, and we'd sort of talked to some of the middle management people about what we were trying to do. But I knew I had to get to Andrew Bell. So I sat there all night, and I wrote out my pitch 5 different ways. I mind mapped it to try and think what he would want to hear. And I sat there in the business league and I listened to him talk. And as I was sitting there listening to him talk, I had to pull my pitch apart, rearrange it, and direct it straight to exactly what he spoke about. And he was actually, I was very impressed with his response. I was actually walked out of there thinking, I can't believe I've actually done it. We've got a meeting with his middle management team in about 5 or 6 weeks. So we've got to pitch in front of 15 of his property managers, which is like an A-class customer for us.
Yeah.
And, you know, without sitting there and being able to listen to him talk about his business and what he wanted and what he needed, my pitch that I walked in that room with wasn't going to work. Yeah. It wasn't going to work. And I was convinced it was. But, and you know what? I had this long drawn out pitch and I really pretty much got it down to about 5 sentences because I knew exactly what he was after for his business because he just told me.
Yeah.
And I made it fit.
On that 5 sentences. Why? There's a wise man once said, if I had more time, I'd write a shorter letter.
Absolutely.
It's easy to spend a long time talking, but really focused and precise words are hard to get by. So down to 5 sentences is hugely powerful. Yeah,
because these guys are experts in pitching too. They pitch for a living. Yeah. They like I have to impress him with my pitch plus my product. So I learnt that day that it's worth doing the research and it's worth taking the time, and trying to jump in too early can be. And so there's some amazing lessons on this one. One of them is the research. The other one is it dibbled and dabbled down in with some of the property managers, but Andrew Bell runs a 270-person organisation, so you could keep playing in the minors down the bottom, or go straight to the majors at the top and be able to filter down. And then the next insight is that getting to meet the person face to face in a safe environment just gives you that extra edge to build the relationship. Well, I don't know how I would have got to meet him face to face. And and the thing is too, like, he spent, how long I think he talked 20 minutes or 30 minutes?
Yeah.
He pitched to us for 30 minutes. Yeah. So he had to be open to being pitched to. Like, fair's fair. Like, in that environment, I think, we have to treat him with respect. We can't just run over and just offload. Like, if you come and pitch to someone for 30 minutes, you have to be open to a 2-3 minute pitch.
Absolutely. And we
just have to be.
And we talk to we prep our speakers around the members and how they can support them and interactions with them as well, so that they are. And so I saw it happen with Andrew Bell, because obviously he's pretty hot property in the property world.
Oh, yeah.
And there were people without a name tag on that went to him and didn't have the same level of success that you've had as well. So
that's good.
Now let's shift gears again. Now, one more thing I wanted to ask you about is, at the beginning you said that when you joined, it seemed like there were a heap of confident, high-caliber business owners, and that was your impression in your first meeting. fast forward now 12 months down the track. Is that still the case?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a really good group of people. I just, it just fit. It's a good fit for me.
Yeah.
That's the best way for me to explain it.
Brilliant. And so did you have any doubts or objections that you needed to work through before you joined?
Mate, you know what? It was like I said before, I'm a bit of a people person, and I go on feel. I pretty much wasn't leaving that room without joining.
Yeah.
I felt compelled. I'd been to so many, you can name them all. I've been to all of them that turn up with this 300 people, little ones, big ones, the ones that are all based on referral, where you're pressured constantly to give and get referrals and all that kind of thing. And none of it sort of sat well with me. And I just thought that the business league it was the right room with the right people. And I think the speakers are the icing on top.
Yeah. And the rest is history, as we say. What's been your favourite part of the business league?
Just mixing with those other business people, because,
definitely.
as a tradesman, you're mixing with a different type of business owner. You're mixing with tradesmen, basically, in your business to business, and getting exposure to different people who have got different types of businesses has been really good, and I've been able to help out some of the members, which has been really good. I got Gary onto Master Builders, and he's pretty keen.
Yeah.
I think it's going to work really well for him, so I'm really happy for him.
Awesome. And so who would you recommend the business league to, and why?
Pretty much anyone who is ready to grow and learn, and really wants to like polish their pitch and the way they present themselves and be part of a business community. I think all things in life, with education and learning, and that's how I put the business league in that category. Is you've got to be open to it, and if you're not open to it, I don't think it's I don't think you'll get the benefits.
Yeah. And so would other tradies benefit from it?
A select group, absolutely. There's some guys. I'm at
based on the individual.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I'm a member of Master Builders, and that's a room of really serious business people, that are in the building industry, and those guys would benefit from it, but they'd have to see. They get tied up in a lot of business to business stuff, so I think there's benefits for everybody if you're open to it.
Yeah, fantastic. So thank you very much for your time, Jason. That's all we've got time for. There's a heap of insights there from Jason on how you can improve your networking. But we reckon the Business League's a pretty good place for you to visit and see if it's a fit for you. So if you're interested in coming along to a breakfast, just click on the link below, check out our next couple of speakers, find one that jumps out at you, and come along and check out a breakfast. We'd love to see you. But thanks heaps, Jason. I'll chat to you soon.
No worries, Ed. See you soon. See you at the next brekkie.
See ya.